main difference, I believe. Okay, so there's a few things that you're going to need to know here. Firstly, the quantity. Okay, so how much Bitcoin that you're going to be wanting to buy and selling. This count actually only has $20 on here, so I'm just going to use examples of with $20. Okay. Because that's all there is on this account. So yeah, on here we'd be obviously looking at quantity. What does the quantity mean? That means instead of Bitcoin, so instead of like one, that's not one Bitcoin, that refers to $1. Okay, so 1 equals $1, 10 equals $10. Okay, so that's how you have to view this instead of looking at it as Bitcoin. Okay, this isn't $75. This is obviously 0.0075 Bitcoin. Okay, so XBT just basically stands for Bitcoin, the equivalent. Okay. So then that's how much you have, but then you're not going to have to work out how much that is in obviously dollars, and this is about $20 literally. So on here, we're going to be looking to, let's say we think Bitcoin is going to go up here, so we want to buy Bitcoin. Let's say that we want to buy Bitcoin, $1 worth of Bitcoin for the example. Why not? $1 of Bitcoin at the price of, let's say we see support here at 3,838. So we're typing 3,838. Okay, so this is a limit order. We'd click buy here. And then we would have the option of choosing leverage. Okay, leverage I'm going to cover in the next video as well. But yeah, I'm going to cover this in a lot more detail in the next video. So let's just leave this as ×1 for the moment, okay, and click on buy, okay. So once we've clicked on buy, that's going to submit the order, and then we're going to have an active order of Bitcoin. Okay, so when the price comes down, if it comes down to 3,838, that's going to buy $1 worth of Bitcoin at this price. Okay. Then once you hold Bitcoin, let's say that the price come down, okay, obviously the other option is market. If you don't want to wait for the price to come down and you just want to buy straight away, then you're going to type in how much dollars worth you want to buy here, 100,000, whatever you want to do. Type that in here and click on buy, and that's going to buy it straight away, which I'm just going to do for the purpose of this video. So here we are buying at market price. Again, you can select your leverage, whatever you want to do. Here, which I'll cover in part number 2, clicking on buy, okay, and that's going to fill you when you are now holding $1 worth of Bitcoin, or however much you entered in the quantity. Okay, now let's say that you believe the price is going to be coming up. Okay, so we've just bought in at 3,000. What was our price? 3,864 we actually bought in here. Okay, so we've just been filled here, and let's say we want to sell as the price comes up to 3,900. Okay, what you're going to do here is click on limit. Okay, type in however much you bought, type in your limit price of whatever you want to sell at. So let's say we wanted to do 3,900. We'll click on sell short, okay, and reduce only. Okay, reduce only is just going to reduce what we actually bought. Click on sell again. And that's going to create the limit order, okay, the active limit order of a sell at 3,900. So when the price comes up to here, it's going to close out our buy and basically close out the order. Okay, so that's how you would buy here and then sell into profits up the top. Okay, now let's say that you wanted to remove this. Let's just close this position here, close it again. And now let's say we want to short $1 worth of Bitcoin at market. Okay, so we're going to click on here, click on market, click on sell. And now we're in a contract to sell Bitcoin. And again, the exact same process, but just flipping it for a buy with reduce only, with the price coming downwards. Okay, and that's then going to close the price as it comes down here to, let's just say we were looking to close out at 3,832. Okay, we would simply come over here, place 3,832 with the one, reduce only, buy. Oops, buy. Okay. And then as the price comes down here, it's going to close out this position that we've held. Okay, so that's a basic overview of how to use Bitcoin, or how to use Bitmex, of a how to use website. And then some of the basic other things, I guess this was mainly looking for the basic view. So here, obviously, what you're actually trading, be it XBT, which is Bitcoin, or Cardano, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, etc. The top ones are your symbols. So if we were trading Ethereum, that would obviously just say ETH or ETH USD. Size refers to how much you've put in, so this is obviously $1. However much you had entered on the quantity is going to be how much your size is. Okay, then the value of that in Bitcoin, then your entry price, then the mark price, which is the average price across the 3 exchanges. Okay, and then your liquidity price. This is going to be going down way lower the more leverage that you use. Okay, so the higher the leverage, the lower your liquidity price. Okay, then the margin. Okay, this is obviously we just use ×1 for this example. Okay, then your unrealized profits. Okay, so currently, if I was to close this at market, I would lose about 0.10%, let's say, so 0.10%, 0.1%, if we close at market, because obviously it's only changed by 0.5 cent from our entry. Okay, we entered at 60. Okay, so no, it's at our entry price right now. So, excuse me. Okay, so that would be closing at market, and then how much we would realize. Obviously, if you close out a percentage of what you enter, which I will be covering in the next video in more detail, all the different order types that we got here and how to properly enter and place a take profit and stop loss all at the same time. I'll cover it all in the next video, and then how to actually trade using on the futures markets if you're interested in futures trading. Okay, so yeah, that's my sort of overview of the website, or the basic view. And if for the review side of things, of how much I would give this website out of 5, honestly, I would give this website a 4 out of 5. Okay, so similar to my Binance review, Binance lacks margin trading, which we obviously have here. This website actually is a little bit infuriating at times, where if there is a lot of orders going on, let's say Bitcoin breaks a massive resistance or drops from a massive support, if you are in here trying to take limit orders or market orders, okay, you're trying to sculpt the moves, it's extremely hard, because you get a problem with Bitmex overloads. Okay, so Bitmex overloads, and it's very hard to trade when that's happening. In the next video, I will, in part 2 as well, go over this Bitmex assistant that I have, which is like an API add-in, which is helpful to try and get around this. It's not, it doesn't work 100%, but it helps a lot. So I'll cover that as well in part 2. There's just like ways that you can help with that. So I can cover that. But yeah, basically Bitmex is a very good exchange. None of what I've said is financial advice. Please make sure that this is okay in your country, etc., and you actually know what you're doing here, because obviously it's risky. I would just mention that high leverage is risky. Okay, it goes without saying. So be careful and consult a financial advisor maybe before you before you look to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember, in the description down below, I will leave the referral link for if you do not have an account, or you just want to create an account again, to get those 10% off fees for the next 6 months. And you know, then I will be doing part 2 of this video, which I will release to cover the advanced orders, because we do have more advanced orders here, and how to work out how to take profits and you know, the stop loss at the same time, and these futures markets. Okay, but the same process that I've went through today, let's say you just wanted to buy Ethereum, it's the exact same process that you would use. Okay, with the simple limit orders, okay, and the market orders. It's the exact same process. So you do have access to these altcoins as well. Okay, what I would just say, just briefly, is you want to be looking, okay, this is mainly really if you're trading higher positions, but I always am making sure of what the funding rate is and what the predicted rate is, okay, and this is going to be whether you pay, okay, so if you're in a short position and you're going to be paying to have your position open, or occasionally longs are going to pay shorts, and occasionally shorts are going to pay longs, okay, so you just want to be aware of what the funding rate is, to whether you're going to pay to have your position open, or whether you're actually going to get paid. So as I mentioned fees there, I am going to expand upon this because it is important. I was planning to save this on part 2, but I'm just going to cover it now as I mentioned it. Okay, so on the Bitmex, you know, website here, on the top right, you are going to be able to have a quick view of seeing whether you're going to be paying or receiving that funding and how long's left. If you want more details, naturally click on more details here over on the left hand side, where we're going to be able to go onto this screen where it's going to lay out in layman terms what's happening. So today, for example, or in the 8 hours period, longs will receive 0.0054 and shorts will pay 0.0054%. This is not always the case. Sometimes longs will actually pay, and obviously sometimes, as now, longs are going to receive. Okay, so this is always changing every 8 hours. It's not always the same. Okay, so it's something to be aware of, especially if you're playing larger positions or day trading. This is a metric that I'm always aware of, okay, of what's going on here. And just as a little workaround, if you would like to do this, let's say there's 8 hours left, and 8 hours left of that period, and it comes down to 1 minute remaining, you can close out of your position. So let's say, for example, you were in a short right now and you didn't want to pay this funding, then you could actually close out of your position with 1 minute to go, wait for it to pass, and then reopen the short. Okay, this doesn't always work, that you might be paying actually more fees by closing and then reopening again, rather than if you just stayed open and just paid this you know, small funding rate. So but that is a potential if you would like for a little tip. But yeah, just be aware that, you know, it might be cheaper to just hold the original position without paying, you know, the fees of closing and reopening. So though I do hope that you've enjoyed this video and the little tips and how to use the website. Again, if you would like to create a second account to get the 10% off fees for 6 months, then be my guest and create another account. Or if you don't have an account, I guess just create a new one, or just create an account in the first place with the link in the description, which will be for those referral links. Okay. So I do hope that you have enjoyed this video and it has been beneficial to you, and I will be covering in the future. Also, I plan probably in the next video I'm going to cover Bitfinex. Bitfinex is another major exchange, or Coinbase as well is another major exchange, obviously, so I'll cover one of those two. And if you would like to see something in particular of part 2 of Bitmex, then let me know, although I am just planning to do the advanced order types and the futures markets. Okay. But if you want to see something in particular, then let me know, and obviously I can cover that. So I do hope that you've enjoyed this, and it's been beneficial to you. So thank you everybody so much, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers. Thank you.